Hey guys, today I want to talk about networking. It is my favorite way to find leads, all sorts of leads. It's honestly how I began. It all started with my own network of people that I knew. I want to teach you guys exactly what I teach a lot of my coaching clients, the power of networking and how to network effectively, because there's a way to it. There's a reason why some people walk away with a pocket full of business cards and no genuine connection. There's a reason why people walk out of there drunk with only one card in their pocket and they honestly don't remember who it was from or what the conversation looked like. I have rules when it comes to networking. I have tips when it comes to networking, and I have steps that I do to make sure that I am networking effectively, efficiently, so I'm not wasting their time and I'm definitely not wasting my time. So I want to share with you guys a few things that I like to do to network to get real estate investing leads. The first thing I like to do is, well, first of all, you should know what type of investing style you want to do. So if you're wanting to find rentals and you're wanting to do owner financing because you don't really have the credit but you have some cash to play with, or maybe you're wanting to do wholesale deals, or maybe you're wanting to do rehabs and you're looking for joint ventures with other investors, you need to know your style and your structure so that you can network effectively. So when I first started, I knew I wanted to get into some rentals. That's how I wanted to dive in. So that's what I did. I kept my eyes and ears out for other investors who had a rental property and they had some of the pain points that I was targeting. So I like to deal with blight property, meaning extreme rehab. It's going to be a beautiful BRRRR method strategy building. I like to look for your problems, your pain points. So when I would be networking and I would hear an investor say, man, this apartment complex is really just giving me a headache. I'm always getting toilet calls. I'm always getting these horrible calls from all my tenants or the roof and blah, 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 blah. The list goes on. I know, hello, Bria, you need to go over there and talk to that man and say, hey, I just happened to hear that you're having some issues with your rental property. Have you ever thought about selling it? And just hold on before you even say anything, hear me out. Would you be willing to sell it with owner financing? The beauty of it is you don't get those calls about the toilet. You don't have to worry about the tenants. You don't have to fix anything on the property. You'll be sitting back, having a drink at your house peacefully while I run the whole thing, and then I give you a mortgage payment, whatever works for the both of us, whatever is a win-win situation. Think about it. My name is Bria Johnson, blah, 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 and we go on and on and on. But there's so many people who, A, don't have the audacity and the balls to go for it, and B, don't even use the networking to its ability. You can get so many real estate investing leads by networking with other investors. There's a reason there's a lot of burnout in this business, and you need to make sure you're taking advantage of that, especially as a newbie. It's a great way to open up doors to leads if you're a wholesaler, to joint ventures if you're a flipper, to owner financing if you're looking to get into rentals. You guys, networking is so powerful. So I have a few tips that I want to share with you that I like to use for my own business. So first of all, it's knowing your marketing style. You got to know it. So you can listen in on the conversations and you can really pinpoint your ideal client, right, if we're in marketing stance, but your ideal situation, okay? Next, I always say you have to have a 2-drink, 2-plate minimum. You're there for a reason, so make sure you are actually networking, talking with people. You don't want to be sloppy drunk. I get it. I like to drink. I'm a drinker myself, so I like to go and get an old fashioned or just a little something that I can sip on as I'm going throughout the event. We all need a little liquid courage, you guys. We all do, but do not get belligerent and wasted. You're there for business and you're there to be professional. I cannot tell you how many times I've networked with people. It's like a happy hour event and they're wasted. And it's like, that's what I feel like I'm like talking to. Like they're like that. Like it's crazy. It's crazy, guys. So 2-drink minimum, 2-plate minimum. You don't want to get caught with food in your mouth and you're like, crunching and munching, and you should be networking. So let's start there. Next, I always tell my clients to target a connector. So a lot of people don't understand what a connector is, but it's exactly what it sounds like. It's someone who sees you and they're like, hey, you're new. I've never seen your face. Oh, you're a real estate investor? Then you need to talk to Trisha over here. You need to talk to Daniel over there or Monique over here, whatever. They're the person that likes to connect other people together. They genuinely enjoy it and they do it all the time. You always want to get in with a connector, especially if you've never been to that event before. 9 times out of 10, the connector is going to be the person that's hosting it, or it's going to be the event coordinator. So my other tip is before you go to the event, make sure you email the event coordinator. Hey, when I started my business, I didn't have hardly any money. I was fresh out of college and just had a bunch of balls. To be honest, I had nothing to lose. So I would always email the coordinator, especially if I couldn't pay for the ticket. I would email and say, hey, I really would like to come to your event. I was wanting to see if you needed any help setting up. You guys, the event coordinators, they never have enough help to set up or to break down. So I always like to email them. First of all, it's introducing myself before the event even started. Second of all, it's if I want to get into that networking group, now I have an in and I have a personal connection that can give me a good reference. I mean, it's so beneficial. So one time I did do that. I went to a women's chambers luncheon. I think it was like $50. I didn't have it. Nor did I want to spend $50 on a freaking lunch. Like, what do they think I am? Anyway, so I emailed the coordinator and asked her if she needed help to set up. And she was like, yeah, you're such an angel. And I'm like, hey, I haven't bought my ticket yet. Like, how do I go about that? And she's like, if you come an hour early, don't worry about it. We'll get you situated. So I'm like, ka-ching, heck yeah. So I get there an hour early and I'm helping set up. And when I'm setting up, I'm getting to meet other people that were in the event. I got to really meet the coordinator and really connect with her and the other women that were there helping set up. So when it came to the actual networking event, I've already built personal relationships with some of these people who are, deep in the women's chamber. Gosh, it's been a rough morning already. But deep in the women's chamber, so they had the connections. They knew Sally's a mortgage broker. They knew Daniel's a real estate investor as well. They knew Monique was a big time real estate investor and has a huge portfolio she's thinking about selling off. So they connected me with the people that I should be talking to. Here's why I put so much stress and I tell this story is because I just saved myself a whole freaking night by showing up 1 hour early and genuinely connecting with a few women who connected me, which are connectors, right? Which connected me with the people I really need to talk to. So instead of me at the bar, drinking my drink, stuck, talking to the same financial advisor, we all know how that goes, talking to the same financial advisor for an hour, I got in there and I was able to network effectively so that I could get leads. I'm hoping that this makes sense. And if it doesn't, put some comments below. I want to know your story. Have you ever tried to network to get leads and you just strike out every time? Are you that person that sits in the corner, drinks their drink, and probably talks to 1 to 2 people? Because that's, honestly, here's the thing. I'm not saying that you need to talk to everyone because that's freaking exhausting and it's unrealistic. You just can't do it. I always say you can tell if this is a good fit in the first 5 seconds. I mean, there's times I went to networking events and I'm like, you're a good person, but not for me. We all know, and we all have that experience, but because we're networking, we force ourselves to continue that conversation. If I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to follow up with you. I'm not going to use your financial advisory services or whatever it is you're pitching to me. So I just say, excuse me, I hope you have a good rest of your day. You know what I mean? Just walk away. Well, don't be rude about it, but just walk away and go and connect with other people who you need to be connecting with. You guys, do not be afraid of that. Because you're saving their time too. Like, if I'm not vibing with you, I won't take your contact information. Why? Why waste that business card? Why waste the money that you spent on that business card? And I know I'm not going to contact you. I already have a financial advisor. I already have a mortgage lender. You know what I mean? Like, not saying that, hold on, because I know I'm going to get comments saying, like, well, you always need more. Here's what I'm trying to get across. If you know you're not going to talk to them, you know it's not a genuine connection, you know there's not a win-win situation there, and it's not why you're there, why are you wasting your time, and why are you wasting their time? That's what I'm trying to get across. Because I know I'm going to get the comments of, like, you should always get every lead, blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Stop it. What I'm trying to get across is we all know it. There's people that you're like, I'm never talking to that girl again. Then why the heck did you just waste an hour networking with them when you could have been talking to someone to get you leads? Does that make sense? I hope it does. Because it is so powerful, and there's ways to go about networking effectively. You guys, there was a period in time in my life where I was networking. I probably had a networking event every single night. And if you know me, I am an outgoing introvert. Meaning when I'm around people, I can shine really bright and I can be super bubbly and friendly and talkative. But after that networking event, I'm dead. Like, I don't want to talk. Like, I'm just dead. Like, there's no more to breathe. Like, I have to recharge by myself. So I burnt myself out because I didn't use the tools and the steps that I teach in my course to find leads through networking. So I would just go in and I would talk to every single person. I would have those, 3 to 4 drinks, and I just never walked out with genuine connection until I stopped what I was doing and redirected myself. And that's exactly what I'm wanting you guys to do. Stop talking to the same type of person. Stop it. Because that's when networking doesn't work. It's not effective. So again, I want to hear your story. What are some tips that you have when you're networking? What are some horror stories? I love a good horror story when it comes to networking because you find out the weirdest stuff sometimes. Those are the best, you guys. So I want to hear your story. Leave a comment below.